I really wanted to like The Watchers, especially as an M. Night Shyamalan fan, with this being written and directed by his daughter Ishana, and with this evoking the same vibe as an M. Night movie. I was especially curious how this would turn out. Now, what I will say is that the craft is certainly there. In the first act, as Dakota Fanning encounters this bunker and meets the other characters, it builds up a great sense of mystery. There was definitely an eerie vibe to it, and even the way it introduced the supernatural elements, it was intriguing. And while Dakota Fanning's character isn't the most deeply explored, she gives a compelling performance that allows us to feel some sort of emotional attachment. And while the film kept its energy consistent, its self-serious tone, along with never really giving its characters a ton of depth, did prevent me from really loving this. And it just unfortunately loses me a bit when it starts getting into the reveals, as it really plays even more into these fantasy elements and it starts throwing a lot at us. Even with the heightened subject matter, the tone it took in its execution clashed with what we were actually seeing. I feel like maybe it needed to have a little more fun in this last act, but it just came off a bit on the melodramatic side, just without as much substance to back that up. So it left me a little deflated by the end. Like, not to the point I found it to be a total waste of time or anything. There were a number of times this was on my wavelength and the craft is there. And I am curious to see what Shyamalan's next film will be like, but for what this film ultimately explores, I just don't think it really stuck the landing in expanding on its ideas, unfortunately.